L.A.M.E Genius, what's happening with it?
So, the business, man.
I'm coolin', baby. Look, how did the name L.A.M.E Genius come about?
The L.A.M.E came from in high school, probably like 19th grade year. My brother who passed, Gary, he had this movement called L.A.M.E. So his whole thing was taking it, how people really call people, oh, you lame. He like, man, look, we about to make lame cool.
Right.
We about to have everybody, about to start a movement, about to just have everybody want to be lame now. Do something different, like the outcast shit, be a rebel against it. So came up with an acronym, legends are made every day, loyalty always mean everything, and loving all my enemies. So that's where the L.A.M.E come from.
Real. You from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I'm from the East.
How was it growing up in New Orleans from your perspective?
From my perspective, it's growing up in the city is really, to me, it's fun, it's exciting. Something new every day. There's always a lot going on. It was always something to do. Like, the city before Katrina was fire, like, yeah. After it was different, but growing up in the city has always been fun. You got all the events and everything,
right.
It's cool.
So what was it particular that was exciting to you?
Exciting.
What stood out the most?
Stood out the most? At the time, I probably couldn't really tell the difference because I ain't never really had been nowhere.
Right.
But once you go to other places and see how other places is, and you think about home, it's like, man, dang, my city really got a lot to offer.
Right.
You know, culture-wise, all the type of events, a lot of stuff that done started just in the city, period, you know what I'm saying? So just the whole, like, energy, everything, just different.
So who or what has been the biggest inspiration in your life?
Biggest inspiration? A biggest inspiration? I don't know, I get inspired by a lot.
Right.
I don't know, I get inspired every day depending on
just
my peers.
That one thing that just, you know what I'm saying, it's just anytime you see it, hear it, or a person,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like that just give you that inspiration to just keep pushing.
It really just be like my peers, the people I keep around me, because everybody around me just be overcoming and growing and achieving different things every day. So I really learn from the people that I call my family, you know, that I keep around me.
Right.
That inspired me to keep going.
Right. What was it that got you started creating music?
Music, man, it always been a connection with music. Even when I didn't really like want to be like no artist, just sitting in the car, turned up, mama playing all the oldies, I'm singing, I don't really know all the lyrics, but I'm turned up, I'm like, man, they on here, how they do that? I ain't really know the process. Man, I grew up in the studio with my pops too. He had Paper Chase Records. He had a guy signed named Wicked. He used to be with Big Boy Records. It was Mystical and everybody over there. Right. So I remember being young as hell, just in the studio with my dad. So
you've been around it?
Yeah, I've been around it, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really start recording until like, I had to be like 11 or 12. My older cousins, they had the studio in the closet with the computer mic, the mic attached to the headphones. They recording on Cool Edit Pro 2.0, the demo.
Right.
I'm like, dang, so you could do this out your closet? Man, they had me turned up ever since.
So how old are you now?
I'm 24.
24. So you've been putting some time in.
Yeah,
since 11 was your first time going in the studio and recording.
Yep.
And you're 24 now, so you've been grinding.
Long time.
Besides music, what other interests do you have?
Man, it's so much. Man, I want to do clothing. I want to do businesses. Right now, I got an idea for an app I want to do to help people like get jobs, and I want to do a lot. Music I just figured I'm so good at music. It always seemed like the gateway to do everything else. So that's how I look at it.
That'll be the foundation to build from there.
Yep.
Facts. At what point made you say, I could really do this music shit?
When this was, I performed, it's gonna sound crazy, it was middle school. That's when I met my producer, one of my main producers, Buddy. Lame ass Bud. He been putting a lot of work right now too, it's crazy. But I met him 8th grade year middle school. I did a talent show, and I think at the time, like I was talking like the baddest chick in school, like, so I'm just known off that. Man, I made this song.
And what school
it was? I went to Glasgow Middle. That was in Bjork.
Okay.
Yeah, so I made this song, I performed it, whoop whoop. It was like 8th grade day. man, and the whole city, I mean not the whole city, but the whole school, like just went crazy. Then they had voted for me and was like, most to succeed, most to all of that. And once I seen people really, gravitated to my music and it was cool ever since then, like, I was like, yeah, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So transitioning from, you say you grew up in the East and then you migrated to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Right? How was that transition for you?
Well, during the time that I had to make that move, it was crazy because like it wasn't like we just wanted to leave. We had to go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was different because when we first got there, like all our family had to move too. So it was everybody in this one house, my grandmother's house. She was already staying in BR. So everybody just went to her house. Everybody staying there to see what's going on after the storm. And man, BR.
So that was Katrina?
Yeah.
So Katrina brought you to BR.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Katrina.
All right.
Yep. And shit. BR just a whole different vibe. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I don't lie. Them niggas be thugging up there.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, but I don't know that. I feel like we got. I don't want to make it sound bad. And the city got like dang near more to offer because BR seemed like it's like a retirement place. So it's not too much to do.
Okay.
It ain't too much to get into.
Right.
It's like you ain't really whatever you got going on, and it ain't too many people with nothing going on. So when you think about it, it's like, man, everybody just outside thugging. Like it's up around BR.
Right.
Like, it just be a lot going on.
You're an independent artist, correct?
Correct.
What are some of the highs and lows of being an independent artist that you've experienced so far in your music career?
Man, all the money you gotta spend on this shit.
Right.
This shit
coming straight
money.
out your pocket.
If you don't want to spend no money, don't worry about it. And if you don't want to spend no money, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay to play with this shit.
Right.
That's how it go. It's all business. So that's it right there.
You work with any BR artists since being out there?
Yeah, I work with a few BR artists.
Name a few if you can.
Playboy XO being one. My dog Vintage Ripper. Who else, man? I done work with Super. I done work with Cuddy. I done work with dude named Big Scoob. He invented the Jiggulator movement out there. Like he one of the founders of like the jig. Like, man, who else, man? I done work with a lot of people. I done work with Sherwood, guy named Sherwood Martin before out there. All us was like locked in like in high school, so we all grew up like around each other, so we locked in with each other a lot. But that's just the name of a few that I can think of right now. Right.
I see you've been working, dropping visuals back to back, and you also just dropped a new single, Ghost 'Em, right?
Yep, Ghost 'Em.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Ghost 'Em.
Ghost 'Em, man, I made that. I ain't gonna lie, man, I made that after I got that motherfucking scat pack parked outside. I had to make it. I was turned up. Like, it just put me in the vibe. It seemed like every time I worked hard for that. So once I got it, it just made me want to do more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time I walk outside and look at this whip, I'm like, man, I gotta go get some money.
And you be cutting up in that thing too, yeah.
Most definitely, I gotta enjoy it. But man, Ghost 'Em was just like, it was really like, man, I feel like I had to pay attention to where I was and realize where I was at. And I felt like, man, I'm really like humble a lot. And my partner be like, bro, you too humble, man. You gotta talk your shit, man. You got this going on. You don't even be popping your shit. So I'm like, I bet. And the crazy thing is, it's still like laid back, cause it's me. I'm just laid back, but it's like, it still got the energy behind it. Like, man, I'm putting it in your face. You know what I'm saying? This was going on. I'm really that.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where that came from.
Who produced the track for Ghost 'Em? Is it a local producer?
No, I wasn't a local producer. I actually came across the guy on YouTube, and I ended up just purchasing a beat. I really can't remember his name right now.
All right.
But yeah, that's how I ended up finding the track.
Any new projects dropping in the near future?
Most definitely.
What you got coming up?
I got a project. It's really done already. I'm just trying to figure out the release date and get the album artwork and things like that done and make sure all the producers and get their credits and stuff. But that's DJMV. I don't have no set date for it, but it's definitely gonna be before December.
What's the title?
DJMV, Drugs Got Me Venting.
Okay.
Yeah, it got like a lot of vibe music. Like it ain't nothing too turned and nothing like that. It's like something you could just put on, and every song got a story in it, and it's all everything just correlate with each other. It's talking about something.
How many tracks we could expect from that?
Man, I'm trying to figure out what tracks not to put on there, cause right
What you
now,
looking for? You going for an EP, LP?
well, I did an EP last January, so now I feel like I want to put out like a full body of work. So right now I got like 12 songs.
Right.
Like and out them 12 is like 2 bonus songs. So it's like 10 and 2 bonus. And I just recorded something the other day, and I'm like, man, this gotta go on the tape. So I'm like, man, I might have to put a 3rd bonus on there. I don't know. I gotta see what I want to do with it.
That be, you know, coming from your perspective, is that like difficult when you have, I know if you had a label over you,
Yeah.
but you don't, you independent, so you could choose every song that you want to put on your album or your projects. You know what I'm saying? But is it still like heavy on your mental to cipher through these songs when you know in your heart you really want to put all the songs
Everything,
on there?
I'll make a double disc, you know what I'm saying? I'll bring double disc back if I could, but man, it'd be so hard, cause I sit, like I was just in the car just now, I'm listening to the playlist, I've been listening to this playlist since like 2-3 days ago when I put it together. I'm like, man, I gotta make sure it's in order, the vibes all right, cause like, man, I found out with this music from, man, what his name, man? Kurt Cobain. Like, it's all about energy and being able to control the people who listen and emotions. You gotta be able to bring somebody up here, bring them down, and bring them back up. Once you could do that, that's just like when you on stage performing. Long as I got crowd control, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That means everybody tuned in. I'm able to take your mind off whatever you was thinking about and put you in a different space just with my tunes, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I be all that, like, you gotta make sure everything's straight from top to bottom.
What do you feel separates you from the rest of the artists?
What separates me from, cause I'm me. I ain't never trying to do nothing that's not me. Whoever I get in the studio with, and I can get in the studio with anybody, I'ma always have something to offer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'ma always, like, I got partners that call me now. Playboy even called me, man, I gotta get on a different vibe, bro. You gotta come to the yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't even gotta be there and recording. He just like, man, you sitting in here, man, I'm getting a different vibe, bro. So, like, it's just, I don't know, it be the vibes, and it's always something different every time you hear a song.
Right.
I don't never try to, you know, keep myself in a shell or, you know, try to only make this. I want to make something, because what I learned once I found out this is a business, man, you gotta be able to give something to every audience. That's where the money at. You just want rap? Come on, man. You got R&B, you got jazz, you got Wayne the Perfect, man. Wayne that made country music, everything, EDM, rock, like, so, man, shout out to Wayne, by the way, because yeah, that's an influence right there.
Okay. So since we on the topic of mainstream artists, name your top 2 favorite artists right now.
Of all time or right now?
Right now. I ain't gonna dive too deep all the time. We gonna do right now.
Okay, right now.
Top 2.
Mainstream artists.
It don't even have to be mainstream.
Yeah, it don't gotta be mainstream.
It could be any artist, you know what I'm saying, local, mainstream.
Local. Man, I say, and I don't want to sound typical because I'm from the city, but Currency been my favorite artist forever, and he's still my favorite artist to this day.
All right.
And I couldn't even tell you, I couldn't pinpoint why. It's so many things that, how he moved and everything that inspired me, you know what I'm saying? Your work ethic, and you know what I'm saying, you just handling your business and you independent. You know what I'm saying? So that's been one of my top artists. He's still one of my, he ain't even really mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Well, like you said, not just mainstream.
Yeah. So
let me see my other one. I'm gonna see if I can pinpoint a mainstream artist though. Man, who I've been listening to? Man, Lil YB. I listen to YB. No cap, dude, young man, but he got everything on lock.
Right.
The industry trying to even not give him his props and can't not give him his props. This man was sitting in a cell and still went #1 over Drake. Ain't nobody else doing that. You know what I'm saying? The numbers don't lie. It is what it is.
If you had the opportunity to choose 2 artists to work with right now, who would that be? Anybody.
I want to work Dre. I want him to produce my whole tape. I want to lock in with Dre. Who else, man? I gotta think hard on this. I was just talking about this with myself the other day. Who else would I want to work with? I want to work with. Man, it's hard. I got a lot of people I want to work with.
We're going to stick with Dre there.
Yeah, I want to stick with Dre. I want Dre to produce the tape for sure, the whole tape. But I really want to lock in with a lot of people. Like, I ain't going to be that, once I'm in, I ain't going to be that artist, man. I ain't fucking with him, I ain't fucking with them. All that man, I want to work with everybody. It's all about just having fun and getting money. I ain't with all the other shit. I'm trying to work.
So you open to work with any local artists?
Anybody.
Of course, they got to bring it.
They gotta.
We ain't just talking about anybody.
Yeah. Now I know anybody. Nah. I ain't with the bubblegum rap and all that.
Yeah.
I want. You gotta bring it. Hot shit on it. That's it.
Give me one goal you want to accomplish within the next 2 years of your life. That's like, this one goal is like, it's gotta be done in the next 2 years.
It's gotta be done? Really? In the next 2 years, what gotta be done? I gotta be able to be in a position to put everybody else in a better position.
Okay.
That's what I want to be able to do in the next 2 years.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that, man. I appreciate you sliding through.
Most definitely,
rocking with I Got Flow Productions.
Anytime, man.
Yes, sir. L.A.M.E Genius in the building,
Most
man.
definitely.
Talk to him. Let him know what you got going.
Man, I got the DJMV tape finna drop before December. Sometime I'm gonna let y'all know when it's a date. Got some more videos finna drop. I'm working on a project with my dog Vintage Ripper from BR, who I said he a producer. He produced a lot for YB2. Man, Playboy, we working on some stuff right now too. And man, we really just finna keep the foot on the gas, like for the rest of ever, and go hard from here on out. So yeah, we probably got another video coming with I Got Flow.
Already.
Matter of fact, we got another video coming. I'ma just go ahead and speak it into existence, man.
Yeah.
That's what we doing.
That's what it is, man. This is I Got Flow Production.